Hey Peaches, what's up? So today I'm going to do a chatty get ready with me type of thing. I said at the beginning of this they're redoing my floors, so it's a little noisy. That's why there's some background music. I hope you guys don't mind, but I just wanted to sit and create something for you guys today, and this is what I came up with. I hope that you guys like it, and let's go ahead and get started. Gabby, let's go ahead and get started in this get ready with me. Hey Peaches, so it is nice and windy outside. I have my windows open, except for that one, and I'm hoping that you guys can hear me good today. I'm having the floor redone in my kitchen, so I have my door shut and everything, but if it gets too loud, this might end up being like a voiceover or something else. I don't know yet. So it's been a long time since I've just sat down and got ready with you guys kind of casually and talked through it. I'm hoping you can't hear the loud noises coming from my kitchen right now because they literally just started as I started recording. So today I don't have a set look in mind or anything like that. I'm just going to get ready for my day and have you guys sit here with me. I hope that you're noticing the lighting right now, that it's a good bit better. I made myself a ring light. The setup today is still not exactly how I want it to be, but I'm working with what I have. So I hope it looks better for you guys. I'm going to get you zoomed in a little bit maybe, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So I've been really into oils for my face. The one that I usually use is from Josie Maran, and it is the light one. The other one that I guess is just the original has a darker pink label. I like that one as well. I just feel like if I put it under my makeup, the light one does a little bit better. So I've been using this one though. I just ordered this. So I just ordered this one from Yes2. This is the Primrose Oil for sensitive skin. Now I don't necessarily have sensitive skin, but I wanted to start with this one in case something else was like super harsh on me. So I've been wearing this under my makeup. So that's the first thing that I'm going to start with. So if you guys haven't noticed, I have a good bit of redness on my chin. That is because I just shaved. You guys know I have polycystic ovary syndrome. So from here to here, and about like that, I grow really dark, thick hair that I don't have the money to do laser hair removal right now. So I shave it every day. So the first thing I'm going to start with is color correcting a couple spots. I'm using this Morphe palette. This is the 20 Con for concealer palette. I've been loving this recently. I've been liking to use some cream products too, so this is a really good kit I feel like to have to be able to test out some colors at a pretty affordable price. So since my chin down here is a little bit red, I'm just taking green. It looks really light on camera, I bet, because it's a pretty light green. Anyways, I'm just going to cover that up a good bit, and what I like to do too is put some oil on this product before I start dipping into it. That helps it be a lot more smooth and blend easier. So something else I've been doing that's totally different from my norm, I've been doing my eyebrows and my eyeshadow before my foundation. I'll do the color correcting and then I go ahead and do my eyebrows and eye makeup, and then I go back and do my foundation. I've never done that before. I just a couple days ago was like, let me try to do it this way, and I've been doing it ever since. So this is my MAC Studio Finish. I've had this concealer, this like brand and name, for a long time. This was one of the first concealers that I got, and this one is in NC15. To be honest, I don't know if that's like my right color. I just have always gotten this one. I'm going to be using this e.l.f. concealer brush, and I'm getting some product on there. And so I'm just going to start basically very lightly. Not lightly, that's not the word I want to use. Like carefully, maybe. Carving out where I want my eyebrow product to go on my face here. I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit so you can see kind of the detail work of my brows. So I don't know if you guys can see the very light concealer I have going on right here. I'm taking my Anastasia Dip Brow. This is in dark brown. And what I found to be best to apply this with is a very, very skinny angled brush. I mean, like so tiny, right? So I've been using this really tiny pencil from Hard Candy. This is a concealer pencil, and I've just been doing that right at the front of my brow to make a nice sharp line. And after I make this line, I'm going to go back in with the matte concealer. So I just like to start at the tail of my brow, like right in the middle. Wow, right? So I just make a nice little shape there, and I work on this top a little bit, and I just go ahead and drag a little bit of that product down. Don't worry if your line is not looking so good right now because we're going to clean up in a minute. I shouldn't have gone back. It was perfect right before that. Then I go underneath down here. Do the same thing. And then I like to get a good bit of product. Make sure I don't have too much excess on my brush there. And then go in the front. And I like to get my hand real nice and stable here and just do one quick line. And then I don't have to go back because that line is so sharp. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing over on my other brow now. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty good. So now for the eyeshadow part, I'm going to use my Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is an Eden, and I like to just go ahead and take a concealer brush, which this is one that my sister-in-law got me. It's from Bella Pro. Any brush similar to this one is going to be fine though. I basically just squeeze out a little bit at the top here, and then I just go ahead and get it on my brush. I'm going to take that same color correcting palette from Morphe, and so these are my favorite colors to use on my inner corner. This lavender color is excellent for brightening things up, so I get a little mix of that, and then this lightest peach color as well. If you have really dark circles, you can use the darker oranges. This one's more like a salmony color, but I like to use the lightest little peach color right at the inner corner. I'm going to go in with the lavender. I'm going to keep it pretty much right there. So you can already see it basically looks white on my skin tone because I am so light, but it makes a big difference. And I just like to keep that pretty much in the inner corner. I work it up a little bit, especially because I like to do a nose contour, and that makes a little bit more of a shadow here, and you don't want shadows if you already have dark circles. You feel me? Okay, so I've got that nice and blended. I'm going to blend out in the middle here just a little bit. So eyeshadow wise, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have my Sweet Peach palette here. I'm semi-debating towards like a cut crease, but then kind of just a natural thing as well. So I'm just going to actually start doing stuff, and we'll just see where we end up at. I'm going to do something really dramatic that I'm probably going to regret. I'm going to start with Georgia. The brushes I'm using are from Morphe, except for my blending brush is a Sigma brush. These don't have numbers on them though, but if I can find them on the website, I'll link them down below. So I'm starting with Georgia. This is a really good transition color, I think. So next I'm going to take Charmed, I'm sure, which is just a nice brown color. I'm going to start putting that on the outer corner and work it up into my crease. Now that is nice and blended. Here's where the mistake's going to come in, but whatever, we're just going to try it and see what happens. I'm going to take Talk Derby to Me, which I've not used in this palette before. It has a little bit of glitter, which is very frightening to me. And I'm going to take that on the outer corner. Is this a good idea or a really bad one? I can't tell yet. Ooh, wow, that's a lot. That was a lot, girl. Okay, this is looking like a lot, but it's not looking terrible. Or is it? Maybe just Luscious. I love Luscious in this palette. Yeah, let's take Luscious. So now I'm going to take Luscious, which is like this really, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like it's pink in some lights, and then sometimes it's gold. It's so, so pretty and super pigmented. And I'm going to put that on my lid over her. Looks okay. So now I'm going to take Talk Derby to Me again, just on a smaller brush to kind of focus that color on the outer corner a little bit more. Just in that really small space like that. So what I'd really like to also is to take Nectar, which is this really pretty like cream soda color. And I just like to put it on the middle of my eye to brighten everything up a little bit. And I feel like so far there's not been a color combination where Nectar does not look good right up in the middle of. Now I'm going to take a White Peach. Put that under my brow up here. Are you guys loving it or hating it so far? So now I'm going to take this liquid liner. This is from DHC. I've never heard of this brand before. I had this product and Dustin got it for me at an event that he hosted. Well, not like he hosted the makeup event, he worked it. I'm just going to do a little bit of winged liner. But for right now, I'm just going to keep it on my lid so that I can clean up this little area with my foundation. So now I'm going to go back with the color corrector again one more time and take that peachy color. Just get a little bit more of it out here where I didn't put any already. Gabby, I don't know why you were determined to just wreck this whole setup for me. So I've been liking the Fit Me from Maybelline, this little foundation stick. Again, this is not my typical, but I really like it with the oil down, just because it makes it so quick and easy. So I do about 3 little stripes right here. I do one on my chin and one on either side. I'll do just a few down my nose and then like 2 or 3 on my forehead. I know, Gabby, I'm sorry you can't leave, babe. And this is just a Morphe M439 brush, one of my favorite foundation brushes ever. I'm just going to blend that out really well. So where I put that color foundation, the color corrector on my chin and around my eyes, I like to use cream products on top of those a little bit better, just because I feel like if you do a stick foundation and you're blending like this, it kind of swipes all that product away. Okay, so now I'm going to take the Age Rewind. This is a brightening concealer. I think, in fact, instead of it being like in sand beige, it's actually just brightener. So I'm going to take this, do a little bit of that on my chin in the middle. I'm going to cover really heavily under my eyes. Oh yeah, girl. Now I'm taking my Real Techniques sponge that I already have damp, and I'm just blending that out. So now I'm going to work on setting everything. I like to use the Airspun by Coty powder and my damp beauty blender. This one, again, is the Real Techniques one. And I just get some product on the back of it there. So I like to set with the RCMA powder. Now I don't usually have a problem with it being too much, but what I found is a little bit better is taking this M438 brush from Morphe and dipping it in there and setting it that way instead of with a sponge. And I'm really making sure to get underneath my eyes where it would get really creasy to prevent that. And I feel like if you're using that oil too, how I did at the beginning, that helps a whole lot because your eye is super moisturized under there as well. So last for eyeshadowy parts, I'm taking this brush, which is the Urban Decay brush that came with my Naked palette, and the smudger end of it is my favorite to do underneath my eyes with. I'm going to use Delectable, I think. I'm just going to get a good bit of that underneath my eye here. So I am going to put some false lashes on. I think I'm going to just do some Demi Wispies. Yes. I will tell you guys that in person, like on my camera, it looks the same way as it does in person pretty much. But the Talk Derby to me, I was expecting to be a little bit more purple, and it actually looks more like black. So there's that. I think I'm just gonna go on with a little bit of Peach Pit over top of it, which is like my favorite color from this palette, just to make it look a little bit more purpley instead of that dark black color or whatever happened there. So now I'm just taking White Peach and putting that on my inner corner, because I like for that inner corner to be really, really bright. So now for some face work, I like to take Too Faced. This is the Pink Leopard Blushing Bronzer. This is my all-time favorite. I finally hit pan on it, and I'm really not excited about that. But I just like to take that towards the outer part of my face, like kind of where you would contour, but I don't take it as far as contour or as blush. I just leave it towards the outer edge of my face. Face edge, you know? And as far as my nose, I like to take Hoola, and then I do a couple different things. I take this Morphe brush that is fluffy, but it's kind of larger. I get some product on the end of that. I make sure I don't have any excess on there. And I like to look down and just start tracing out where I want my teeny tiny nose to be. And then I do one swipe this way, one swipe that way, so that it looks like my nose is a little bit shorter than what it actually is. And then I like to go in with this other one. This is from Mary Kay. It's like, it says it's a contouring brush, so that works out pretty good. But it's angled a little bit, and I just like to kind of buff it in a little. I feel like if you're looking on this way, it looks fine for it to be a little bit harsh. If you're looking this way, you don't want a harsh line, so you need to make sure that that is really blended that way. So I like to use the ColourPop Smoke and Whistles. This is one of my favorites. So gorgeous and so pigmented. So what I like to do, I just take it right out of the pan, and I take this fan brush. This is from the Bella Pro, again, that my sister-in-law got me. And work that around a little bit. You definitely could use your fingers with this if you want like a super quick color payoff. If I do it this way, I find that it doesn't attach to the little bit of texture I have there quite as quickly. I just like to take this Milani liner. This is all natural, and I just pretty much line what I've already got going on here. I don't like to overline, but I like to make sure that I actually line my lips, if that makes sense. I feel like as long as I have like a ridge where my lip should start, even if there's not color, I'll go ahead and line up to that point. Because if I do that, I can kind of get away with making them look a little bit more plump and fuller without them looking like I've overdrawn them up past my nose. This is the Lorac Free Spirit, and it's purple. What would that look like? Should we try it? Ooh, we're gonna go for it. Okay, I'm scared. Okay, so I think that's everything. I hope that you guys liked sitting with me and just kind of taking it easy today and enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to let me know down below what you want to see in my next video so I can do it for you guys. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. I'll have them all linked down below, and I will see you guys so soon. Bye.